Hey everybody, this is Sully, 5 freaking onion rings, all that good stuff. If you were around last night, I loaded Betaflight 4.2 on a GTR349. By the way, AeroPress coffee is actually really good. Never thought I'd say that, like ever. But it's really good. Really good. So, got my coffee. I got my Tiro, which I also put Betaflight on, and I have a Diatone GTR349 that has Betaflight 4.2 with the default settings. So I didn't change much, except I did disable the second dynamic notch filter, and that was based off the old version of just something Bardwell suggested at one point. And when I did it in the past, it worked really well. So if you're in chat, say hi. I can see. I will have a live stream. I'm trying still set up here. So I will be able to stream the actual flight. So as soon as I can get everything plugged in. And just so you know, I haven't done anything. So I literally flashed it yesterday. This is my first chance with the 4.2 release candidate. So if something goes majorly wrong, I'll have done it, and you will know that maybe you don't want to do it. As soon as I can remember. Oh, you know how they say you walk out and you forget everything? I forgot to bring my actual goggles outside, so I will be right back to grab goggles. We're going to flip camera. Flip camera. And see, this is reason number 85 why I fly in my front yard, because if I forget something, it's just through the door. So let us get set up here. So just so you know, I have Diatone GTR349 1408 motors, has RPM filtering enabled, has Caddx on board 25 amp ESC, and uses the Fury F4 OSD, and that's only for this one. So if you do end up buying one of these, yours may come with a different flight controller, because they've updated and they have a Mark II, whatever you want to call it. And you know, it's one of those your mileage may vary type of situations, but that is all good. It's also 85 degrees outside, so it's freaking warm, way warmer than normal for what's this month? May? Way warmer than normal for May. So if the motors get warm, I will have a pretty good shot of knowing it today versus normal. I'm starting off with my heavier batteries, so I only have 4 packs for each of the quads. Starting with heavier batteries, so if it flies a little weird on the first flight, I'm not too concerned about it because I am using a heavier battery. And anyway, getting strapped in here, and hopefully this will be a good day and I won't have any weird issues and stuff, because I don't want any weird. I did realize one of my batteries I haven't used in a while, and over winter the 4th cell on it popped, so I'm going to be disabling that 4th cell, taking it off, and going to 3S for that battery, assuming the others are good. So let's get focused in here. Hopefully that will focus. There we go. All right, so we are got to first plug in. All right, and we're on here. Now it Yeah, 4.2. Just so you know, it's RC1, and like I say, this is my very, very first flight. I haven't even done a test hover yet, so hopefully this will not be chaotic. Let's see. This is the first time arming. I do have dynamic idle enabled. So let's see, we got anything new? Peak. All right, first flight, here we go. Holy cow. Oh shoot. All right, first impressions. There is zero prop wash. Zero. I don't know if that's because it's that heavier battery I was talking about, because it tends to wipe out a lot of the weird issues. I'm using that dynamic idle, which I can't tell if it's doing anything or not. I'll be honest, I just can't. Holy cow. I forgot how fast this thing was. Alright. So what I'm doing now, since I'm using dynamic idle, there's a thread of desyncs. So I'm trying some high-low throttle situations to see if I can get it to desync. And quite honestly, no, it's not. It's doing great. Holy cow, this is probably the best it's flown in a long time. Oh my goodness. Alright. It is very responsive, very twitchy. I like that. I have high rates on it, just so you know. They're 14, 16 degrees per hour. And, oh my goodness. This is honestly the best it's flown in a while. Alright, so I can punch out and not desync. Whoa, 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 whoa. I can run into a tree, except I missed, so that's good. Alright, I am thoroughly impressed. Nothing sounds bad, so I'm not going to check my motor temps yet, but if you are to do this for the first time, I would definitely recommend checking motor temps after a minute. Light throttle, once again, you know, I'm kind of stupid and I have a decent sense on when, if it flies weird, that's what normally makes the motors go haywire on mine. So it all depends on your quad, what you're comfortable with, obviously. Golly, this thing feels great. I mean, this thing feels, I haven't flown in a while and this thing feels good. Oh. Alright, so now if you can hear it, whenever I bumped down, something got out of whack. Okay, and it seems to have fixed itself, I think. But it sounds different. So now I am concerned about motor heat. And we're going to see. Like I say, that was the first flight ever. And in normal circumstances, you would want to check your motor temp before the 3-minute mark, but like I say, it feels good, so I'm thinking it'll be good. Oh shoot. So yes, the motors are fantastic. They are a slight bit warm. So yeah, the motors are a slight bit warm. And they, that's it though. But it's almost 90 degrees right now. It's 86, I think. And it's carrying that heavier battery, which does tend to heat up the motors a lot more than normal. So anyway, I'm gonna go back out and finish out this pack. If you're in chat, say hi. I can see you at the moment. I know a couple people are, but other than that, got some neighbors I'll let go by. 3.8, so I got 3 minutes on it. This is also running that Jazz Maverick ESC firmware, so I do get RPM filtering and dynamic idle as well. Forgot to, oh, it is recording. Yep, so now we're recording. DVR is good. Oh yeah, it sounds better now. Sometimes when you smack something, your gyro will get a little bit out of whack. Like that. And that will cause, especially on these diatones, something with that stack, if it gets a little bit out of whack, you'll hear a fluttering sound. And it could be like high P gains or something, because sometimes you can tune it out. But it will immediately cause your battery to sag because it's trying to compensate each of the motors at the same time. So that's just something I always watch for with this one. Sometimes it happens, could be PIDs are too high like that. You can hear a little flutter. It's not quite like prop wash, but it's not normal. And since it's relatively new behavior, it's probably from where I smacked it. So, yep, there it goes. Yeah, there it is again. So I think my P gain might be a little bit high on this. So the joy of, oh no, it's not that. OSD is if something's broken, all you have to do is fix it. All right. Now this battery is about to die. Oh yeah, see that buzzy sound. So I'm going to check everything whenever I come in to land. Yep, there it is now. Yeah. It could be iTerm actually, now that I think about it. But either way, I have something going on with my tune that's a little bit off. It doesn't like a little bit of it. But it does fly amazingly well. There it is again. It's a flutter sound. So if you know what that is, let me know in chat and I will correct and see. There it goes again. And see, that will overheat the motors really fast. So let's land and try again. Oh, that wasn't a good landing. That was a bad landing. If you heard that flutter sound and you know what it could be, let me know, because I'm kind of a little concerned trying to get this tuned in right. Because that sound always does. Hey Ryan, what's going on? This is the 3D term flutter. Okay, thanks Brandon. I will try that then. Let's do D. And see, I normally have D lower on this one. I have to say, it flies so well. I wish it wouldn't do that. I'm hoping it's just D term. But let's go ahead and fix that. Profile, PID, and see, I normally keep D a little bit lower on this one. The only thing is I like how it's flying so well. Like, I love how it feels right now. It's the best it's felt in a long time. D term flutter, yeah. So this is the 349 GTR349 from Diatone. Let me put my P back up. I liked it higher. I believe that was it. Like, can lower D min. Oh, thanks, Miss. Do you know where that is in OSD? D term L pattern up. That's filtering. I don't want to change my rates. That's filtering. Do you know where that is in Miss PP? Thank you. Cool. Appreciate the help here. All right. Oh, Miss PP. So let me push this back up because I did like it. 33 and 38. I did like that a lot. Back, Miss PP. Throttle boost, I don't see it. Uh-oh. FF mode, angle, horizon, AG gain. Oh, there we go. Okay, you can't go up, D-man. Let's do that. And D-man gain, I'll do both. Do you know how to debug D-man? Sometimes, not the greatest. All right. And like I say, it's for this one, it's only after those whip around turns. It's just every now and then. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Brandon, if you could send that, that'd be great. We're going to try this new setting out and see. I barely have any power left on this pack, so we'll see. I've got some extras coming in. Oh, core 72 degrees, that explains a lot. Might need to let it cool down. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah. Unplugging. Oh, got my core terms too high, so hold on. The CPU got a little bit warm there because I left it plugged in like an idiot. But hey, I do that. Give it a second here. Also got some neighbors walking by. So we will see. Alright, so you're saying D-man probably needs to go down. Anything else you heard? Actually, I might knock that D back to 33 anyway. I like that. It just sounds like a better spot. Set. Debug mode, enable debug in OSD. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. If I can't get it sorted out here today, then I will try that. By the way, don't ever leave your quad plugged in for a minute without moving on a hot day, because I'm already pitting out here. It's only like 86, which should be a glorious day, but it's not. We're going to try this again. Got a fresh pack here, ready to go. All right, so D-min and D-advance. Make sure everything's locked in tight. It's to 0. All right, cool. All right. I think my CPU's cooled off a bit. Like I say, sometimes the blind leading the blind. I will say, even as it is, it feels so good that I'm kind of sad it needs to change. Okay, here we go. All right, profile, Miss PP, smoothness, average horizon, AG gain, throttle boost, launch control, match, auto cell count, D-min yaw. Ah. Okay. I'll drop that a lot. And I'm going to try dropping that a bit. Alright, so here's hoping. Trial and error should be fun. Save and exit, save and reboot, reboot, and here we go. Okay. Oh, much better. Oh, now that's good. Oh. Oh, yeah. Good call. Got one little flutter there, but I was flying. It's also kind of a breezy day today. So if you don't know it, if you can't see it, there is a nice breeze today, so anything weird could just be weather. That feels great. Eye seems locked in. All right. Like I say, this is the heavier battery, so sometimes it's a little bit trickier. So it's definitely not my 750s. I've had no desync, so that low 25 dynamic idle seems to be working fine. Could probably tweak it a bit if I wanted, but I think this is good enough for me. I can barely see my ESC RPM, but seems to be good. Whee! Oh, that was a mailbox. My poor tree here. Ooh. And it looks like that lower, I have that 3.5 as my anti-gravity, and it looks like that works pretty well. That wasn't quite full throttle, but I don't think I can do a full throttle now. Holy cow. Yep. This actually is the first time it feels on par with EmuFlight. I don't have very much to say about it. No bounce back, no. I don't know if I want to roll that way or that way. I've got cars too close to me. That was a funny roll. Alright, so P's are a little bit. That was hilarious. The only thing I don't like about this quad is the camera. It letterboxes on me. So it's kind of hilarious. I could change the settings, but I have a wire that prevents my remote from working. Because it broke and I didn't want to resolder it. Wow, that feels so good. For a second flight, I am very happy. What is this? What are you doing? Something's happening behind me. I don't know if someone threw something at me or what. Yeah, I'm very happy with this tune now. And I got 5 minutes still going. I normally land when it's a consistent 3.5, so. Yep, I like it. And there we go, that's about where I need to land. Not too bad. I like it a lot. Five and a half minutes. Not too bad at all. If you're in chat, I can see you now. Any thoughts? I'm switching over to a lighter battery at the moment. Motor temps are perfect. Far cooler than they were on 4.0. But like I said, I've been doing 4.1 and MU flight, and they've been pretty good. So these are warmer than they have been, but I also turned filtering down a good bit with turning off that second low pass. So 2 batteries down. Now I am moving over to a lighter battery. This is a much lighter battery, so if it flies horribly, it is a much lighter battery. Much lighter. I can't stress that enough. It's probably 100 grams difference on a 3-inch quad, which is a lot. It's the 750, so it should fly faster. Just won't, it might end up oscillating a little bit more. And we shall see. Because, hey, when in Rome, you gotta use what you got. And I have a 1300 and a 750. So if this goes haywire, I'll know why. And if it flies great, that is a testament to a lot of things that I don't know what. Can this be moved? There we go. Get a little bit better view here. Hopefully that looks good. Or good enough. There we go. Alright, we are arming on our X-Loss. That's not good. There we go. Alright, now let me get my head strap adjust. Alright. Oh, that is infinitely lighter. Holy cow. Holy cow. Yeah, so that was literally as fast as I could, full throttle to 0, and oh my goodness. I love this thing. Oh, I love this thing. I forgot how much I like this quad. This is still, this and the ER349, Diatone just makes it, and they just do such a good job. I know it's kind of boring, but I like what I like. Yeah, that is really good. That dynamic, yeah, I think my D-min was just too low. Because normally this one would start the flutter way before the other battery would. Way before the other battery would. They also made it so you can fly backwards a lot easier on these. Golly, there's nothing. I have no prop wash, nothing. That is amazing. Holy cow. I will let you know, this battery is 2 years old now, so if I get 2.5 minutes, I will be impressed. God, that, okay, I am thoroughly impressed. That was a reverse teardrop, if you're wondering. That's where you don't quite do the power loop, you just kind of... Oh, that was my first prop wash, and it was literally the worst way of getting it. Wow. This is... Alright, I'm a believer. I mean, I'm always happier with the new Betaflights, I have to say, and the in-ear flights. But I haven't had one not give me prop wash. On this one, anyway. Yeah, easily fixed. Absolutely nothing weird there. No desyncs at all. There's an old saying in racing world of it's so much more fun to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow. And that's how this thing feels. It's like I'm limited to a tiny yard here right now. And it really just wants to go. And I would love to just let it go. Used 430, yeah. So if you're wondering, it's a 750 battery. That 430 is because I don't think I have the right configuration in on the battery tab. So I don't expect it to be even remotely accurate. So before I do my last pack here, I did want to show something fun. If anyone knows, Ledrib was talking about beat up props. So I don't know if you can see it. This prop has been over a year. That prop is almost a year. That prop is, I think, the same age. I think these two are the same age, and that's the only new one I've had within a year. So yeah, that's always fun. I do not do it. You'd lower D-min advance. That's good. Motor temps, D terms on 2. You did notice? I didn't hear any of the flutters. And the other thing with the fluttering, so whenever I hear that jittery sound, it almost immediately sags my battery. So I get a lot more warnings. So I think that actually is probably about the best I've gotten. Because otherwise my battery will immediately sag. Like it's crazy how that works. But I think it's tuned exactly the way I like it right now. I am 100%. I'm probably not touching anything else. If anyone knows of any good battery cells, like I say, one of my 4S packs developed a puff cell over the hibernation period. All of them were working whenever I put them in. I stored them at 3.7, but whenever I went to charge today, one of them was puffy, and it was only at 3.2. So I don't know why it would do that. But like I say, all my batteries are about 2 years old. I don't know if you can hear me right now. Maybe so, it wasn't that far away. Yeah, so this is my last pack. And I do use what I call real world props and not pristine beauty queen props, mostly because, shoot, if I were a precision flyer, I would be more precise, but I am not. Why is that not giving me OSD? Why is that not? I should be seeing something. My transmitter crap out? There we go. It's like, oh, that's bad. There we go. Now, this is my last pack with the GTR349, then I'll move on to the other quad. But I think I got it tuned in right, and this is the battery that also gives me more of those flutteries, so I will know with this one, if it sounds clean. That'll be the first time I've ever flown both sets without real issues. The only thing I don't like with this quad is there is almost no camera up tilt. So I'm used to flying with like as much as I can get in about the 50 range. That was from prop wash. That wasn't. Alright. So it's also the only battery I can do a real punch out. Holy cow! Yeah. Oh. That felt weird. I think that was me. Yep, that was me. Alright. Holy cow. Ah, I thought I hit the mailbox. Because, you know, it's that last pack curse. Whoa, there we go again. I have to say, the 3-inch line is just my absolute favorite to fly. It is nimble enough, it's crazy fast, and you just don't have to worry as much. Because a 5-inch, if I were doing this with a 5, I would be in a lot of trouble. Wow, this thing feels amazing. Seriously. And if you're wondering, anytime I put my phone near the goggles that I'm recording right now, or at least live streaming, the Wi-Fi messes with the RF signal. So those goggles aren't normally that bad. Like my image in here, and what I'll probably get on the DVR, looks pretty clean. So I'm not too concerned about it. Oh, that was a teardrop. That was not a power loop. That was power loop, not a power loop. There we go. Oh, I am... Okay, I love how they did the D-man. That's a good thing to note. Love it. Holy cow. Alright, so this battery has a tendency, once it gets below 3.5, it dies. Because it has a weaker cell, so I am landing here. Air mode's on, by the way, if you couldn't tell what that was. Post-flight, 5 Gs almost, that's not bad. 699 hertz, so I didn't spend too much time in that upper range. Yep, looks good. Cool, cool, cool. And that, I would call that a clean flight. No real issues at all there. I was pretty impressed with that one. It was good. So moving on to a much smaller, much slower quad. Motors temps here are, let's see, there we are. The static completely gone with an SMA extender. I'll actually look at that. I'll look into that because I kind of like doing this. The only things, I wish I had a better way of streaming I wish I had something that would just plug into my phone itself so I could stream that way. But honestly, minor changes to D-Min, and I'd say I'm 95% satisfied with that, I think. I don't know how much better I could get without spending a lot more time. And there's a thing with, every time you tune a quad, there is a reward ratio of you can spend 10 packs to get a quad absolutely perfect, and then you bang a prop and you have to start all over again. So I always try to get what I call good and safe, versus that flutter on the first is where it's unsafe, because if that continues, it will definitely overheat the motors. No matter what version of anything I'm flying, when that happens, my motors get just crazy hot. I've never smoked one completely, but it feels like it would. So just so you know, we're plugging in now. D-Min Advance. Well, I have a new quad here, and this is it says EmuFlight. It is not EmuFlight. I just never flashed the Betaflight logo back on because this is my test quad. But this is running the same RC2 Betaflight. It's the Maytech F411 board, and I just flashed it this morning. Did the same setup that I have on the GTR. It is the ToolkitRC M8, which I know some people don't like at all. I happen to love it because it flies really well. But this is my test flight with it, and we'll see how it goes. Armed is good. Up is good, if a little wonky. Oh right, this thing's so light. I forgot. And so little power compared to the others. But I swear the video on it is better to me. Holy cow. Oh, this thing is twitchy. I forgot how light this thing was. Oh, shoot. Yeah, this is total different experience. I gotta get my fingers readjusted. It sounds good, though. Oh, that's nice. Okay. It does not have the same flutter problem. Oh, shoot. By the way, if you don't have some 2-inch, like toothpick style, this thing weighs 50 grams without a battery. If you don't have something like this, you really need one. They're just so much different to fly. And there's just no stress to it. And honestly, this is the cleanest. There's a breeze going, so if any of the weird stuff you see right now is... Well, that was dumb. I've been known to wreck a time or two. I will be right back. Quad retrieval service is not enabled today. Hold up one sec. Oh boy. Also, once again, if you join this much later in time and you don't know what I'm doing, this is the ToolkitRC M8S. It's Betaflight 4.2 RC1, and anytime you test a quad out, you should always check your motor temps after a minute. So if I hadn't crashed there, I probably should have stopped anyway, but I will say the motor temps are perfectly fine. I'm using the perfectly default, except that I have eliminated the low pass filter. Set that one, the bottom filter, I set it to 0, so I do not have a second dynamic filter. So that is a filtering change. I've been doing that for a long time with these, and it's worked out fairly well, so I will probably continue. Hopefully that will be okay. So if anyone has a link to an SMA extender, I am more than willing to shell out for one to keep the static to a minimum. Whoa, 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 whoa. See, this quad has like 0 travel, so where you think, oh, wow. All right. Whew, that was my stupidity. Retrieve again. And if you see, there's wind, and this quad is tiny. So the fact it's flying this well in wind is pretty good. And I am, of course, on very beat up props, because why not? To be fair, I've only broken 2 of the props since I got this thing. And I've replaced all 4 because, well, they were really beat up, but they're definitely not new right now. Whoa! Like that. I don't know what I hit there. Whew, hit something. All right. I do want to show you in that legit video. My props aren't horrible, but they are definitely not new. Like that one's got a big chip out of it. Come on, you can focus there. Got a big chip, got another chip, got them a little beat up. And whenever I took off there, I hit something, but I don't know what I hit. But it was not good, because it knocked me sideways. I don't know if you saw it or not, but it was very funny. Definitely heard it. Come on, focus, focus. There we go, thank you. I know it's my janky setup right now, but we live and learn, don't we? Don't want it there. There we go. Come on. Haha. I cannot get this thing. Why is it not sitting up? There we go. Now we're talking. Alright, cool. So, I think I might have hit the antenna. Nope, I didn't. Okay. Well, I need to put that antenna up anyway. Since that's how my last day of this ended, was a broken antenna. So here we go once again, trying round number whatever we're on. There we go, much better. Oh, wrong tree. In case you're wondering, that tree is only about 7 feet high, and that's a gap of about a foot. And this tree is less than the height of my house, so it's like 1.5 stories maybe. And the breeze is picked up again. That anti-grav setting works really well. I have no fingers on sticks. The eye term looks good. I think we're good. That was full. No desyncs. I did set this dynamic idle to, I want to say I set it to 30. I'm not really sure. I will check as soon as I land. But it seems to be flying pretty dang well. I love throttle boost. Oh, low battery. I didn't know what that warning was that keeps popping up. So yeah, with the 2S, I can normally fly a little bit lower and it'll land and recover to 3.7. So I normally like to stop when it's consistent 3.4. I think I have an ant crawling on my neck. So that's terrifying. Hope he doesn't bite. Oh, he is really up in there. I like it. I think we're good on this one. Yeah, I can't give it juice, so yeah. Let's see what my dynamic idle is set at as soon as I can land. Go forward. Alright. Is it features? Nope. Profile. Angle, AG gain, throttle, set point. No launch control, motor out, limit is 100, demons, yep. Filtering, yeah, so that one, notch filter 0. Rate, I don't want to change that, rates, twitchy rates. By the way, going up and down, if you go up, you have a tendency to land on some weird, what the heck? Land on some weird, just an exit page. Notch, oh, notch width, there we go. Yeah, so that's 0. Is, yeah, averaged, feed forward boost, angle. Didn't realize my mic was on the ground, so I'm talking to myself. That looks good. Alright, cool. Cool. There we go. Alright, neat. So moving on. Pack 1, not too bad. Didn't have to change anything. Battery bag. Going to a better battery now. That was one of the horrible Zops that I have. They're just bad. They sag a lot more, so you end up you don't get as much of a flight time out of them. But sometimes you just want a battery to get up in the air. Plus it was low, so I had to charge it anyway. Make sure it would still function, and yeah, easy stuff. Moving on, pack number 2. See what we have here. Holy gracious. Open to recommendations if you hear something I don't hear, or see something I'm not seeing in terms of flight or anything else. Oh. By the way, I have the Eachine DV800DMs, the micro size, that's what I'm flying with, and the receiving module on the headset gets really warm. It's like impressively warm. Yeah, it's fine. Wow. Whoop. That was me. Okay, so feed forward is what's causing my overshoot. If I don't go as far, it's perfect. I don't like feed forward that much, so I'm not used to it. On the other hand, it does make for some very fun rolls. And that black area on the left is my Velcro that's holding my receiver on, in case you're wondering. Not that you can see it, probably. I love this quad. I swear, everyone needs a toothpick. They're just so much fun. And you can roll them, and who cares? Yeah, feed forward's a little weird for me. So this is my problem with the rates. That's me, more than anything else. And there's the breeze again. On the other hand, if you've wondered what Carolina blue skies look like, it's that. I love this thing. Alright, so 4.2, basically on default settings, gets a good pass from me. I like it. RC2 anyway. UAV Tech put out a new video today explaining a lot of the new features. Whoa, what was that? What was that? What was that? What was that? That was something weird. I hit something. I think I hit my receiver. Hold up. Be right back. Oh boy. So, I did hit my receiver. Absolutely hit it. All it did was yank out the cable though, so it should be good to go in just a second here. If you will see, that's the receiver port, and that's the receiver, so that's kind of funny. Not really funny, haha, more like funny, oh, that sucks. Shoot. But it happens, all I have to do is plug it back in here. Give me one sec. Turn this off for a sec, get some, hey, got an armpit going on here. So yeah, I did a roll, and my receiver ended up taking a ride in a prop, and that ended up taking a ride into the grass, which is a lot of fun. Hopefully you can hear me there. So, all fixed up. That was easy. Like I say, micros, man, they're just, it's not that they're indestructible, it's that the problems they have are so much less than what you would get with a 5-inch. On the other hand, you would almost never hit the receiver antenna on a 5-inch quad. Oh, we got power. Testing. It's not a good test. There it is. Yep. So we are good. That was easy. I love easy fixes. Flip camera. So I have 3.5 packs left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And an ant biting my foot. But anyway, I hit the receiver, knocked the receiver out, and we're all good now. Like I say, tiny quads, so much easier to fix. Continue on. Hopefully. All right. Hey, my neighbor's out. I have nice neighbors. Building a raised garden, I believe. So yeah, one thing I was worried about with the dynamic idle is getting desyncs, but seems to be doing fine. Thought I had a desync when I was over here and did the whip turn, but nope, just ripped the receiver out. Quad problems, so much fun. Wind's picked up again. It's so funny how you can barely tell trees are blowing, but it's a good breeze. Oh, wow. Come on. That was my fault. And sometimes you just gotta land in a bush. Because who doesn't like landing in bushes? Except I don't know where I landed. There it is. Oh. Yep. So, fun bush landing. Say hi in chat if you're there. Like I say, this is Betaflight 4.2 release candidate 1. Earlier in the video, it was the Diatone GTR349, which, with Brandon's help, got tuned pretty well in only a few minutes. This is the ToolkitRC69, so I'm doing both a 3-inch and a toothpick sized. Everything is, yeah, it seems really good. EV800Ds get quite toasty. Yeah, that's what happened. It was kind of funny. It got really toasty. But I put my hand up at the top around the receiver area, and you could definitely feel it. All right, 2 more packs, 3 more packs. Hopefully I got enough battery life in my goggles. Might not. Got a little bit of a bobble there, but considering the wind's going and I'm just dropping in prop wash, not too bad. Oh, feed forwards drive me crazy. It ends up going a little bit farther than I want it to go. Because otherwise it's fine. Oh, that was a car. There we go. Love this thing. It's good hang time. Just doesn't go very far if you're not pushing. Also, I have like 5 degrees camera up tilt. This is barely any. Good breeze going on. My tree's leaning over there, that's funny. I hear it bobbling in the wind, but it's holding in pretty well for 50 grams. Not bad at all. This is not a horrible way to spend an afternoon. Sheesh. Big shout out to JESC and Jazz Maverick for the ESC firmware, because there is definitely a difference with the RPM filtering. And I didn't want to have to replace everything with BL Heli 32 ESCs. So if you haven't tried one of those, fully recommend it. Getting lost here, where am I? Sometimes you just get lost and you're like, oh, this is fun. Truck. My goggles might die before I'm able to finish all my flights. Got 4.5 minutes here and still going strong. Good grief. I was trying to burn this battery out kind of early and it's just not happening. Haha. This is the tree the builders planted, and it's the slowest growing and freaking like flimsiest tree I own. I've planted all the others, they work fine. This one, nah. And my neighbor that was playing Journey last time has decided to move out of the neighborhood. So he took his Journey playing Maserati and he went home somewhere else. Kind of sad, he was a nice neighbor. Good grief. This is the battery that never dies. It just goes on and on and on. Good grief. Alright, there we go. Finally starting to get a low battery warning, kinda. I'm calling this at 6 minutes. because I can't keep doing this. Good grief. Alright, yep, we calling it something. Alright, so if you wondered if the ESC, the Jazz Maverick ESC, the 48 kilohertz thing helps, I guess it's got 6 minutes on a 550 battery. Good grief. And I could probably keep going for another 30 seconds. Oh goody. Loud noises. Where did I wreck? Oh. Plopped it right on top of the bush. So after all that, motors are cold. Everything is good. That wasn't a good one. Down to 2 batteries left. Let's see how this goes. That was, I think that was one of my, older batteries too. Good grief, 6 minutes on an older battery. Guess I was taking it too easy. So I have this battery in upside down. Uh-oh, we have new neighbors moving in. Sweet. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Got someone looking at the house. All right. He writes so many projects. Joe Lucid. Oh, yeah. Joe Lucid's the dude. I don't think this hobby would be anywhere close to where it is without him. Glad the Diatone's good. Joe Lucid's ESC firmware. Oh. Yeah, it would not be, because I swear when I started, all of the stuff was just so much harder. I am getting, I don't know if you can hear that, but the ESC and the flight controller are initializing twice, and I have a weird bug in my coffee, or as my dad liked to call it, protein. What in the world is in there? Oh, it's freaking nothing. So yeah, I might go meet my neighbor in a few minutes. Cool, 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 cool. Ow, my head. Oh, my head. Why is this thing not sticking? There we go, much better. See, quarantine has killed the hairstyle, so my goggle head straps keep popping off. All right, here we go. See, of all the time for something to fail, it's probably right when the quad is flying at you as fast as possible. All right. So if you ever wonder when to turtle and when not to turtle, don't turtle at this point. Oh boy, right back. Well, that was easy. All right, nothing broken. Okay. By the way, some of that bobble is actually from the camera mount, because it sounds good. It's just a matter of that tree permanently bent over, or is the wind blowing again? Oh, it's the wind. keep thinking my build's a little weird. It's like it's a little looser now. No, I think it's fine. Alright. There are the dogs barking. A lot more wind, that's what's causing my weird felt. Fine. It's just the wind. Shoot. You can tell the trees are... Oh, the cat. Yeah, if you've ever flown and got blown around by the wind, it's hilarious. On the other hand, handling it pretty well. For what's a very good breeze. I keep waiting to go out on the road one day and have silent bus just come run me over. That's about how it feels. So are y'all still in lockdown? We're apparently reevaluating on Friday if we're going to stay in a lockdown mode or not. Or have businesses open. I'm going to tell you flat out, I don't plan on going to a restaurant for a while. Just because it just does not seem like a smart idea at the moment. Because while there might be a hospital bed for me, yay, I don't really want to be in a hospital bed, ever. And I have lived 40-something years while only being to the ER room and not admitted. I'm okay with that. And my wife is immunocompromised, so that makes us a little bit more on the cautious side. But, oh! That was a tree. A little bit more on the cautious side. Let me go find my tree. Where'd I hit? So, that wreck did nothing. Haha. That was a good wreck. No damage. I love wrecks like that. You just hit something, you have no idea what you hit. I think I might hit the bird feeder actually, because it's still shaking. But I hit 9.9 Gs. Holy cow. For a tiny quad, 9.9 is... Oh, I got water in my camera. Ha! This will be fun. Can't see on the right side. That's hilarious. That is funny. I legit can't see either. Oh. Holy cow, I got grass on one side and water drop on the other. Oh man. See, I don't think I'll be going out in public for a while, even if we do open up. I do have to work, so I always have to go out, but I'm just not really that into crowds anyway, so this is kind of easy for me. Oh, there went a bird. I can't see on my right side. I'm trying to shake it off. Touchdown. Still getting 5.5, 6 minutes. Good grief. Good grief, still. I thought that would have killed it. See, that's where, like, in the past, I would have just flipped the switch instead of trying not to run into me. But instead, it's, hey, a small finger movement. Practice and practice. Thought I clipped the tree there. 6.5 minutes. Good grief. 6.5 minutes. That probably could have gone a little bit longer. That is crazy. That's some good flight times. In case you're wondering, I'm hitting the tree so that I don't have to get up because I'm lazy. Or as I like to call it, efficient. And I don't know what's in my coffee, but something's in there. Got a battery down. My batteries take more damage from me changing them than they do from the quad. Keep dropping everything. Holy cow. Oh, see, I also love this Tiro because the batteries come down and they're not at all, they're a little bit warm, but they're not at all like some of the other quads I've had. They come down at what I call a you've been used but not abused range, which is great. Anyway, this is my last pack for the day. Thank you for hanging out with me. Don't forget, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'm going to take a look at Joe Lucid's and see what I could have done to improve my flight here. UAV Tech, his channel, he just put out a video this morning. I didn't get a chance to look through it too much, but it had a lot of the new features that 4.2 has, and the only one I'm familiar with now, at least, is dynamic idle, and the way the gyro PID loop is working, being a lot different than it used to be. But it feels stable as crap, so I am loving 4.2. I can't wait for MU Flight 0.3 to come out, because I'll be doing this again. And, but for right now, I'm sticking, well, yeah, until MU Flight 3 comes out, I'm going to be sticking with this one on both of these quads. And I'll be checking. So I will remember, though, that RC1 is a very good 4.2 candidate. One thing I had in the past with 4.0 is that one of their development builds was so much better than what they released. So I went back and used the development for a while, and that's actually what got me onto MU Flight, because 4.0 was so hard to tune for what I liked that I could never get it working. Actually, I think until 4.15 it never felt right. This one, though, is a throwback to 3.17, where everything's like, ooh, this is a major improvement. I can't see where that left thing is. Yeah, I love this. Like, that should have been a bobble. Instead it was, hey, here we go. That was a bobble, but I think that was more camera because I didn't hear it in the motors. Oh, that was me losing a receiver again. So that probably will be it. We're going to take a walk over here, try to find my receiver. I heard it snatch out. That's so funny. That might have been my last flight for the day. So let us go over here and see what's going on. At least I can hear it. Oh, no, it wasn't my receiver. Oh, cool, I can still fly. I believe I can fly. It did hit the receiver, holy cow, yeah. So my tape broke off and ended up hitting the receiver on the end. No real damage. Make sure everything's plugged in. I think we're good. All right, well, let's see if this works, because I don't have much goggle juice left. Haven't done this in a while. This might end up crashing, just so you know. Might end up crashing a lot, since I may have wrecked my receiver. I don't know if I hit it or if it... Whoa, shoot! Oh, that's bad. Whew. Yeah, see, that's why you do runaway takeoff protection on, and that's why you make sure your failsafe works. Because nothing is scarier than a quad that takes off without your knowledge. Whew. Yeah, I think that was failsafe. Knocked my camera out. Oh my, diff. Yeah, so that was a receiver issue. Since I hit it, I'm going to have to replace the antenna. But this antenna is a little old anyway, so that's two I've pretty much wrecked. On the other hand, if you saw it, that was a wreck on concrete, and literally not a big deal. It did not break anything. Didn't even break a prop. So just going over here, camera popped out of its mount, no big deal. Props are fine. Receiver did, I have it velcroed, so this is my fault, so I'm fully at blame for this one. But what had happens whenever I hit a punch out, either I got out of range and I had an RX loss, which I'll have to check my DVR to see, or I had, I don't know what I had. Either I had a RX loss or I had intermittent connection, or it literally just wanted to take off on me. But I'm going to try again. Either way, my failsafe worked, which is great, and what I wanted, which was for it to fly out of the sky. So if you can hear it now, I'm flying line of sight, which is not something I'm very good at. So we are... Good gracious, come on. Turn off. There we go. Idle. Oh, yep. So every time I'm turning, it's losing reception. And right now I have an RX loss, so it's definitely... Yeah. I got either a loose connection or I have a receiver with an antenna that only has about 50-foot range. Let's see. I'll walk away from it here. Yep. I got a 10-foot range on my receiver right now. Probably because I tore out that part of the antenna, became unsheathed, so I'm getting a bad reception. So that's going to do it for today. Dang, I got 5 feet. That's literally all I have. Holy cow. Yeah. So we're going to wrap that for today. Darn it. I've got other receivers inside, so I just need to swap out the antenna, but it looked like it cut a good piece off. If anyone knows the measurement, the measurement for that, what that needs to be, I would love to know. Now I'm checking chat now, so I'm going to unplug here. Turn this off. Got one battery I still need to kill. That's no big deal. Whole demon thing could be tuned. Nope, he writes so many projects. Nope. Lately I've been forcing myself to tune. With the sliders, it's fun, but they need to implement it in the OSD. Yeah, sliders and OSD would be great. I just don't know how that would work. The daemon thing could be tuned out with just the sliders and 2 daemon parameters. Oh, yeah. That's a good point. You do know that they have a Betaflight, the mod or the developers have a page for comments like that. Jermaine Diff, could you use the dump the settings and the PIDs? Yeah, I can do that. I can tell you with the Tiro. Actually, I'll just do a diff all. I'll drop it in the bottom here. 31 millimeters. That sounds right. I'll Google it. I just didn't know if anyone knew off the top, because, you know. Yeah, I'll Google it. It's no big deal, but I think it is. Damien, yeah, just check back as soon as I get inside and get everything up. I've got to kill this battery somehow, and considering I can't kill it right now, I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. How will I do that? I don't know. I have a 5-foot range right now, so it's funny. I might just go clip it, see if I can get it better. So yeah, it was a open issue for feature. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's what I mean, the open issue for feature request. And it could be, so it skimmed off, I don't know if you can see that very well, but it skimmed off the covering around it. Oh, so Damien, see, that's the thing. With 4.1, I could not get a good tune to save my life. Like, it would work, but I swear, if I bumped something or if my props were weird, 4.1 just didn't. And until I moved to EmuFlight, I was almost scared to fly it. That's why I did my ER349 for so much longer than the GTR349. I was scared to fly the GTR because it was on Betaflight, and I kept thinking, okay, if there's 411, that didn't help. 412, that was okay. 413, So I'd fly it on 3.5, 3.6, and it was it just didn't feel good. And whenever I flashed it over to EmuFlight, it was like, bam, this is instantly great, which is what I want. I really want flash and fly. And honestly, for Betaflight, 4.2 was the closest I've ever had, because that was fantastic. Once that daemon was down, yeah, 357 flies good. It's just, it doesn't feel right. And I say that if I didn't know what EmuFlight felt like, then I probably would have stuck with 357. Once I'd tried EmuFlight, it was like, oh yeah, but EmuFlight is built on, I think, 356. So, you know, it's one of those, I have a scratch right across the lens, so I'm fuzzy. But yeah, 4.0, the development versions, until they started doing all the dynamic filtering changes, 4.0 worked really well. In development, once they did the release candidate, it was okay, but not great. That made me a little bit frustrated. So actually, for a long time, I flew on a 4.0 development version. I think it was 1429, maybe. I had a video on it, and I'm like, ooh, this one works great. The others did not work out so well for me. But yeah, 4.2, if you do have that, I'll drop a diff. And yeah, especially for the 349, I'll drop a diff all, or actually I'll just drop a dump down in the description, and you can snag that, whoever wants to. I'll do the same for the Tiro. It's just actually, it shouldn't be a big deal. Yeah, I might end up having to put in a comment or something because it's so long. Dump and paste, yeah, I'll do that. But other than that, it was literally flash and I made one filtering change that I always make with setting that, I think it's the notch width to 0 to turn it off. And that was in the video I had yesterday, the live stream. But paste in description. I don't know if you're repeating or if it's flashing up on me. I don't know if that's my chat window or not. But I got your message like 4 times. I'll put it in. Excuse me. Other than that, thanks a lot for hanging out. Like I say, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous day. And that's my second receiver I've torn on props here. Oh, there we go. It finally cleared up. So yeah, I'll figure out what to cut that down to, and it looks like it tore off the edging piece, and now I have 5 foot of range. Oh well, it's not a big deal. It's not something I worry about. But yeah, Tiro, like for 69 bucks as a test quad, can't beat it. Oh man, I ripped the heck out of my capacitor. I beat that thing up. Whew, that was bent all the way down. Shoot. But yeah. Anyway, thanks a lot for hanging out. I'm gonna wrap it here. 4.2 release candidate 1's out. Do it at your own risk. Do not follow me. Actually, I just incorporated as an LLC because if someone does something and they get mad at you and they sue you, made sure it was my LLC. It's only suing the LLC now. So anyway, this is a do at your own risk. You know, I'll help as much as I can. But UAV Tech has a big feature coming out, and my neighbor's got his vacuum going on, so that's fun. 32 millimeters, so I will go see if that helps. I got a little 32. I think I have a millimeter ruler in there. Oh, that looks like 32, maybe. I don't know. And some of these, like I say, I'm using FlySky, and that is the cheapest receiver you can get. And normally it works great. It's what I'm actually flying on my GTR as well. It works great until you beat up your antenna a lot. So I'm going to cut a new one there. 32 millimeters. Thank you again. Don't forget, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. If you do this and you need help, let me know. I'll try as best I can. I'll put the diff or a dump all for both of these quads in the description, and change the description anyway. And I'll put it in I'll change the title and put it in the description. So you should see that coming up later tonight. And yeah, thanks a lot. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe out there. Wear a mask if you go in public. Masks are good. But thanks again. Yeah, how do I turn this thing off? Cool. All right, y'all have a good one. Thanks for all the help. Appreciate it.